Hey 707, how you doing? I wanted to go over some questions about dishwashers. And what triggered this discussion was that I had a single mom. She just came out and said, I'm a single mom, I have some kids. I'm going to ask you a dumb question if I can. And I was um, basically have been asked this same question many times. When the dishwasher doesn't work, who do you call? Do you call an appliance person or do you call a plumber? The appliance person half the time is going to tell you to call the plumber, and half the time the plumber is going to tell you to call the appliance guy. Somebody has to diagnose the issue, and half of the time it could be a plumbing issue that the appliance guy doesn't want to take care of. And the other half is going to be something inside of the unit that the plumber doesn't want to take care of. So from the plumbing side of things, the first thing we're going to do is check all the things that make the unit operate from a plumbing standpoint. The items that we have to install in order to connect the dishwasher is going to be a water supply. We need to make sure it's flowing. We need power supply, so we need to make the pigtail, make sure it's connected, make sure it's plugged into a correct power source, and that the power source is operational. So we're checking that plug under the sink, or we're making sure there's power to the unit. And then we need to make sure that the drain is working. There's a lot of parts to this drain. There's going to be obviously a pump out the bottom of the dishwasher. That's not something we're checking. There's going to be a hose that leads out the bottom of the dishwasher that goes normally under the kitchen sink to either an air gap or a drain pipe. We're going to be making sure that water pumps out of that line. If it does, then we also want to make sure that the kitchen sink drain is not clogged and that the water is pumping through that. And if those three things check out, the power, the water supply, and that the drain is flowing, that's most of the time what the plumber is going to be capable of fixing, comfortable of looking at. And if you call out an appliance guy, if they run into water not working, power to the unit not working, or the drain being clogged, that's when they're going to recommend a plumber. And so they may want their fee. They might be nice and just have found the problem quick and get out of there without charging you. But generally, somebody's got to go there, either a plumber or an appliance person, and diagnose what the issue is. The easiest thing for a homeowner to do is to try and do those three tests yourself. You want to make sure you have water flow. You can check that by sometimes water will just be running through the unit and it won't drain. You have to make sure you have water flowing. The valve under the sink, you can make sure that's open most of the time, that it's never touched. So if there's a water situation, it's going to be a kinked line, a crimped line, maybe a rat is causing a problem back there. Maybe you've had some recent work done where there's some debris in the water line that stop it up at the water connection under the dishwasher. Another good thing you can do is just take the two screws off of the bottom cover and look under there. If you can visually see a problem, that's going to indicate to the plumber or to the appliance person which one of us should be out there. If it's a water line dripping from the supply line, then the plumber's the right call. If you see water dumping out of the bottom of the pump in the center of the unit, that's going to be an appliance guy. So if you're capable of checking your drain and making sure that it works, if you're capable of making sure that you have power, and you're capable of checking your water line, then if all those check out, you're probably best bet to call the appliance guy. Most of these appliance people, that's all they do. They know about dishwashers and stoves and all sorts of things that plumbers would never learn about. They a lot of times will take extra classes and courses. They know the part numbers. They have the phone numbers. They don't have to wait on hold. So there is some knowledge that we don't have that they have. And a lot of times that's what you're going to be paying for on the repair side of things for appliances. So if you can diagnose that it's internal, a circuit board, a pump, a gasket, a switch, something maybe not relaying a signal inside of the dishwasher, just avoid calling the plumber out to have them tell you it's inside of the unit. That's what you want to avoid. You also want to avoid calling the appliance guy out and having him tell you it's something simple underneath or behind or in the cabinet under the sink that's causing the dishwasher problems. Um, Lastly, I've had questions on, is it cheaper to just replace it, or is it cheaper to have the part searched for and installed? First and foremost, with cost, if you're in a warranty of any kind, it's obviously going to be cheaper to use that. You're going to be waiting. You might have to wait a while. You're going to be dealing with whatever technician is set up to work with that company. A lot of times they have huge areas, so they're going to be coming out maybe from Sacramento or Elk Grove, and they're going to do this whole North Bay area within a day or two. They're going to disappear, wait for all their parts, and then come back and do that. And that's how they're able to cover a vast area with warranties. And that's your inexpensive route. You also could be waiting a while if they misdiagnose the part, or if something doesn't come in correctly, or if they miss their appointment, or you miss the appointment. It takes weeks sometimes to get a warranty handled these days. If you're going to just replace new, you can avoid the appliance guy altogether. You just call a plumber, buy a new unit. It's going to be a couple hour install with your testing and the disposal and whatever delivery or pickup we arrange. But in the long run, a new install of a new dishwasher circumvents all the guesswork, and you know what you're going to get at the end of the day. That's the most expensive because of the price of the unit, and what we are able to do is kind of cap off your labor. We know it's going to take a couple hours. It's not going to take weeks or months or multiple hours to figure it out and be on the phone ordering. So your quick and easy is going to be a new. Your least expensive is going to be using the warranty. And sometimes you get lucky with the right person and an appliance repair side of things, where you're just paying for the part. And that's where I think it's important to do some of your own self-investigation. If you're going to try and have somebody look for the part or do a repair, you want to make sure you know more information than just calling and saying, I got a problem. Especially on the dishwasher side of things, because you could be paying someone to come out to just tell you to call someone else out. So that's what I'd like to avoid here, and I've answered this question probably 30 times over the years, and it's always this long of an explanation in order to give somebody good details on what to do. We obviously would love the work to come out and fix something that is necessary for us to fix. The last thing we want to do is go out and say we're not the right people. Oh, and by the way, you should pay us some money, and this is the person to call. That's just not the scenario I want to lead our people into. So if I can get some information out ahead of people, hopefully this helps, and it gives you some ideas on kind of how to separate the two trades, the appliances and the plumbers. But anyhow, if you have any additional questions, please reach out. This is Matt, 707 Plumbers, signing off. Take it easy.